Alright, well, hello everyone. Welcome to week number 1 of the XPDLA. This is the other draft week I joined alongside the RPA, and it's finally time for my week 1 game. So, this week I um, had the misfortune of drawing one of my good friends, Josh, and it's team the Hopes pick Deoxys. He is a tremendous, tremendous player. If you remember in ICPL, he completely just wiped the floor with me. I got 6-0'd. I didn't play good. I didn't prep good. And I'm hoping to be able to bounce back from that and show, just really show everyone how equally matched in skill we really are. So this matchup was kind of a funky matchup to prep for. Like, outside of my offense, I really didn't really know what to bring, and even then, my offense still has multiple sets that are good versus this team. And so I just decided to kind of go for like the baseline stuff and then go from there. So you can see my team on the left, his team on the right. You pretty much already know what my team is if you watch the draft analysis, but his team consists of Dragapult. Dragapult's like probably the best Pokemon, or not, I wouldn't say like the best Pokemon. The best draft Pokemon probably has to be like Chimpow or something, but Dragapult is up there. It's so damn versatile. It can run Choice Band, Dragonance, Choice Specs. It can run like Scarf sets, Will-O-Wisp Hex sets. It can run a lot of funky stuff. And although its utility is kind of diminished because it can't Terra, it is still a terrifying Pokemon to face, and it has so many good abilities for this game. It could run Curse Body to maybe disable Chi-Yu Dark Pulse, since Dark Pulse spam does kind of do pretty well versus the team. Fire spam does as well, but yeah, it can be a Queer Body to avoid Shuckle Webs, slowing it down, which is pretty clutch because I would be relying a lot on Scarf to outpace it, or just Webs in general if I don't have a Scarf. So that's another clutch ability. Infiltrator to hit through Substitute is another good ability. I could be like sub SD on Gallade, sub Nasty Plot on Chi-Yu, sub Calm Mind on top of Lele. Yeah, you get the picture. It goes through sub. Dragapult does not have a bad ability this game. Queer Body, well, not Queer Body, Curse Body. That ability, I could see like I don't think I could see that coming over Infiltrator or Queer Body. I think the most likely thing is Queer Body, just to avoid Shuckle Webs. I don't know if I bring Shuckle. I think I have like 6 better Pokemon than it, but Shuckle Webs could be an option, and I think he may run Queer Body to avoid that. But I have run sub setup sets versus him in the past, and that has burned him significantly. So we may bring Infiltrator to try and take advantage of me taking advantage of sub, if that makes sense. Next up, he has Meowscarada. Meowscarada is another interesting pick and pretty threatening pick, to be honest. It can fill so many roles like Dragapult. It can fill the role of a physical attacker. He can fill the role of a special attacker if you want to be spicy. Um, it can do like a weed hazard stack, and it gets access to both protein and overgrow. Overgrow can be run on like weed or satch weed sets to kind of like power up Flower Trick, because if you get like, well, one shot or something, you live on one with the focus sash, and you get the overgrow boost, boosting the flower trick even more. And flower trick spam does kind of go in versus my team, but it's like the Noivern and wheezing. Sorry about my yawning. I haven't really left my room today. It's a very stressful time during finals, but yeah. Yaskarada also has like knockoff to knock off like Chi-Yu's boots if it's bringing that, or Tapu Lele's boots, so that way both those Pokemon can't come in successfully. And it can even knock off like Blissy's boots or Rotom Wash's boots. Like heavy duty boots is pretty clutch versus his team, and Meowscarada being able to knock those heavy duty boots off so that way its own spike stack can like do a bit more damage to the team is pretty clutch for my opponent. Next up, he has the OU King Wando T. Wando T, it's pretty versatile again. That's like the main thing with Josh's team. It's very, very versatile. It can run special, it can run physical, it can run defensive, it can run offensive, it can do whatever you want. It gets rocks, defog, U-turn, knockoff. A lot of nice utility moves for my opponent. This match, I feel like he could bring an offensive window team, maybe like Choice Scarf to outpace Chi. So, yeah. Aside from that, he may bring, like, if he's feeling spicy, he could bring AV to switch into Chi. But I think Choice Scarf is more safe for him. EQ spam is pretty darn good versus my team, especially if, like, you are, well, I keep saying this, but if you're feeling a little spicy, you could do, like, gravity EQ spam. I would not be surprised if he brings that because it does look very, very good versus my team. And, well, if he doesn't, I may have just given him an idea for a rematch, so, oh well. Next up is something that I'm observing is probably his new signature Pokemon, Rotom Heat. If you remember, he had a Rotom Heat versus me in ICPL, and it caused way more problems than it should have. I definitely let it get out of hand. But Rotom Heat, it's a pretty solid fire electric type, base 86 speed tier, as you can see. It gets access to Volt Switch, Pain Switch. It can spread a bunch of status on me. It can spread Will-O-Wisp, Toxic, and Thunderwave, slowing down Chi-Yu, crippling Blissey, slowing down Mega Gallade, or crippling it with a burn. Rotom Heat will be causing a lot of issues on this team. So, yeah. I don't know why I'm so tired, but we do this in one take, and I can apologize all I want, but I'm not really sorry. But Rotom Heat also gets defog, so he could defog away my own hazards like from Iron Shreds. So that way Dragapult is going to be taking as much as it comes in, or Meowscarada can keep a sash intact. Or Rotom Heat doesn't take any damage if Heavy Duty Boots gets knocked off. So there's a lot of nice utility that Rotom Heat provides, most notably of which is the Volt Switch pivot. Volt Switch U-turn versus my team, versus me in general, is just really, really powerful. He has 3 U-turn users and 1 Volt Switch user so far. Granted, he doesn't have as many pivots coming up. His only like pivot coming up is like Mega Blastoise, but establishing that nice pivot core is probably going to be imperative for my opponent to win, just to like set the tone of this game for him. If he can put me on the back foot with a lot of his momentum, then I think he wins, and I'm going to try my best to not let that happen. I have a nasty tendency to go on the defensive, like if I'm on the back foot, whenever I really need to be going on the offense and just not playing by their game. So, next up he has Galarian Weezing. Galarian Weezing, well, it pretty much does what my Weezing does, except it has like an added defog option and an added fairy type. Strange Steam can be funny. Not really much I could say. It's Vizdef Wall that can probably, well, actually no, it can't check Mega Gallade. Maybe, no, I don't even think it could check Iron Shreds, but it is his Terra Captain. I'm not sure what Terra he'd bring on it. He may bring something like uh, Terra Fairy. Possibly. I think, yeah, Terra Fairy seems pretty likely to, just to check the Mega Gallade. Either that or Terra Flying. So that way it could probably check the Gallade and the, Iron Shreds. I don't really know what Terra is going to bring because I think his Terra Captain will be Espeon for this game. I don't even think he brings the Weezing, but Weezing could be a solid option if he wants like a Gallade check in a pinch with like something like a Terra Fairy. But next up he has Registeel. I'm incredibly worried about Registeel. It can set up rocks. It's a very, very bulky steel type. Uh, it can like run double dance setup sets with Curse and Amnesia, or Iron Defense and Amnesia. Obviously, you can run curse sets with max special defense. It's just an incredibly annoying Pokemon to take down. Seismic Toss to get that reliable 100 damage versus my team. I only have like one immunity, and that's a freaking Bramblegast. So, yeah, he's gonna be in good hands here. It also gets Thunder Wave to slow things down, and it also gets like Heavy Slam for another attack. Um, Rocks obviously ease the burden on Wando T or Meowscarada to get hazards up, and that's pretty much Registeel in a nutshell. It's a nice, reliable steel type for him, and I can totally see it coming to counter the Tapu Lele. Next up is Mega Blastoise. Mega Blastoise was a pretty interesting pick for me, or for my opponent, to me. Um, it doesn't get Shell Smash access because the league thought it would be too overbearing, and which I agree. I think it'd be too overbearing because it getting like pretty much a free +2 due to its bulk, and being able to take advantage of Mega Launcher with the +2 boost with like nice moves like Ice Beam and Dark Pulse and like fuck Water Pulse even. It may have been a bit too much for the league to handle. Granted, I have a Blissey, so I'd probably be the most capable of dealing with it, but yeah, you get the picture. It's just a really annoying Pokemon to deal with. Unless if you have like a especially defensive wall like Blissey or Unaware support, but even then, the good Unaware Pokemon probably aren't going to be appreciating Mega Blastoise. The only one I can see is maybe White Spadef Dondozo, but even then, Mega Blastoise is not to be underestimated attacking from the special side. Speaking of not to be underestimated attacking from the special side, I want to skip ahead to Espeon. Espeon is probably the Pokemon I'm the most terrified of this game. A Calm Mindset is probably going to do my team in. I can't really let this thing in for free, and I can't let it get up like any setup at all. Because Calm Mind into Psyshock with not Moonblast, a Dazzling Gleam, and like maybe or yeah, you could bring like Terra Fighting to deal with the Iron Treads, but Psyshock, Dazzling Gleam, and like a Terra move, it just kinda goes in versus my team. I don't really have much for it, and feel like I'm kind of forced into bringing Tapu Lele, which is going to be making those side shots even stronger. I'd have to play Lele pretty smartly if he brings the Espeon, which he has no reason not to. I 100% think he brings Espeon. It's just too damn good here for him. Next up on his team is the Audino. Audino is a very reliable Wish Passer. There's not much I can say about it. It can knock off to get rid of heavy duty boots again to help out his abundance of hazard setters. It can go for toxic, and it can support his team with Wish, which is going to be very crucial for the Rotom or the Registeel, or even the Wando T, since they don't get really reliable recovery. Same thing with Mega Blastoise. They don't get reliable recovery. And Audino, well, that actually kind of works out thematically because Audino can also use Yawn. It can Yawn like Shiyu, so that way I have to think twice about staying in. And yeah. Next up is, last up on his team is Hitmontop. Hitmontop's just a reliable rapid spinner, and it can be pretty annoying with priority moves, Mach Punch for Chiyu, uh, I would say Bullet Punch for Tapu Lele, but Tapu Lele takes care of that itself. But I don't really anticipate the Hitmontop because I think he has better options. So, what are those better options? So, first off, I 100% think he thinks he will bring Dragapult. I think he brings T. I think he goes Rotom Heat. I think, well, actually, I know he's going to go Espeon. Like, he's got to go Espeon. He's throwing if he doesn't bring it. So he's got to bring Registeel, and his last one I felt could be Mega Blastoise. So yeah, that's what I think he's gonna bring. So enough about his team. I've rambled for 15 minutes on this man's team. So let's just get into my team. So, you can see my first two Pokemon, I'm bringing Chi-Yu and Mega Gallade. Chi-Yu is going to be having a Choice Scar set. 220 speed, I think, if I am not mistaken. 220 speed, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. So, yeah, 220 speed, Dark Pulse, Overheat, Flamethrower, Psychic, 252 special attack to make sure these moves are hitting as hard as possible. 36 defense, that's what was left over, and I felt versus his team, defense could never be a bad idea. And yeah. So Overheat is there just as a nice nuke. It probably would let Espeon in for free, which is why I want to be using it conservatively. And I won't be like using it if I don't have Blissey active or like able to 1v1 it. If Blissey's able to, I'm gonna use it. But yeah. Mega Wade serves as a bit of like an insurance versus the Espeon. It can speed tie it, which isn't ideal, but it's the best I have really. But it has Swords Dance knockoff, Zen Headbutt, close combat. Zen Headbutt is going to be taking advantage of Tapu Lele's psychic terrain. Knockoff close combat just hits everything super duper hard. Swords Dance to boost attack. Inner Focus allows me to, Inner Focus is Mega Gawade's ability, and it'll allow me to not be able to be intimidated by Landorus Therian. So I won't get like the physical attack drop from Wando T switching in from Intimidate. But yeah, if you're wondering why I didn't go triple axle, I felt knockoff was just going to be better for knocking off items. Knockoff's going to be better for knocking off items, but I am pretty afraid of defensive sets. I know Landorus Therian does like running Rocky Helmet, and this sounds a bit like hypocritical considering I said, yeah, he's going to bring like Choice Scarf Landorus, but I gotta cover as many bases as I can, and I want to avoid having to take like half my health to a Rocky Helmet Landorus Therian with or by going for triple axle. I'd much rather just knock off the Rocky Helmet and go from there. And plus, then Headbutt's going to be hitting pretty hard anyways with Waylay Psychic Terrain up. Well, if I have Waylay Psychic Terrain up, but Zen Headbutt's still going to hurt it. It may not hurt it as much as I want, but it's what I have right now. Mega Weight also serves as a very, very reliable Registeel answer. And yeah. So moving on down, you can see my next three team members. Rotom Wash, Blissey, and Noivern. So Rotom Wash is a very, very interesting set, very interesting EV spread, which will allow me to kind of take on most Dragapults. The HP and SpDef investment allow me to take, I think, a Choice Specs Dragapult, Draco Meteor, and be able to T-Wave it to slow it down for like Mega Gallade or something to go in, or like Tapu Lele, which I've been mentioning Tapu Lele enough. I also brought that. You'll see the set later on. But Pain Split for general recovery, it's the best thing it has, and I don't feel like running Wish on Blissey. Volt Switch Hydro Pump, its best two stab moves, Volt Switch for pivoting, Hydro Pump to hit Landorus. It's a pretty self-explanatory set. So yeah, the defense and HP allow me to tank, I think, a +2 Dragapult Dragon Darts. And that's gonna be big, so that way I can Thunder Wave it and Chi-Yu's EV spread. I think the 220 speed on it is to outpace, I think, Dragapult at +3 if it's paralyzed. It's very, very oddly specific, but I feel like it'll work. Because if he's Dragonite's Dragapult, I don't want to automatically lose to it. I can get a Thunder Wave off if it's +2, and just let Rotom Wash go down, and or just Volt Switch out of Rotom Wash if he's +2, and just go into Chi-Yu and just bop it with a Dark Pulse. Next up is Blissey. I brought Stealth Rock, Soft Boiled, Teleport, Ice Beam. Ice Beam is there for the Dragapult and Landorus, because I was going to initially bring Shadow Ball, but Ice Beam just hits harder. So, yeah. Teleport for generalized pivoting. It gives me a very, very slow pivot. So if they switch in Landorus Therian and I get this in on like Rotom Heat, I could just teleport out and get the initiative and go into like Rotom Wash or something. So yeah, Stealth Rock to prevent his team from like, or to make his team like just think twice about switching in or switching out, and it gives me some chip for Chiyu and Mega Glade and Tapu Lele. Natural Cure allows me to just heal Blissey from any status conditions as it switches out with Teleport. And max HP, max defense is generally the standard EV spread for Blissey. Its Spadef is already good, and I don't think I'd be needing Spadef to take on Espeon, but the defensive investment will allow me to take on Psyshocks better, because Psyshock, although it's a special move, it hits the physical defense stat. So that's going to be clutch for Blissey. I would have brought Seismic Toss, and I still may, but I felt like being able to hit Dragapult is just invaluable. But I still think Seismic Toss is pretty good, though Espeon could be a Morning Sunset. I don't really know for sure, though. Next up, I had Noivern on the team. So, Noivern, and it doesn't look like Showdown's going to be allowing me to show the Tapu Lele set, so I may just move it up. But Noivern is going to be Roost, Defog, U-Turn, Hurricane. Pretty bulky set. This will allow me to take on Meowscarada if he decides to bring it. I think I'd tank one Protein Play Rough from it. And yeah, Frisk to identify any items, which is going to be very, very useful for Dragapult specifically. Hurricane to hit most things on his team hard, U-turn to pivot, Defog to remove his rocks, and 252 speed is there to speed time the Meowscarada. And yeah, 16 Spadef, it really does serve no purpose. It just got the Spadef stat to 200, which I kind of like the number. So let me move Tapu Lele up. Move it up here. So you can see the Tapu Lele set. Calm Mind, Focus Blast, Draining Kiss, Psychic. I may put Moonblast over Draining Kiss, but I thought the recovery would be nice versus this team. Terrifying Focus Blast is, well, you know what it's for. It's for the Registeel. 224 speed allows me to outpace the Landorus. And, let's see. 56 defense was just me dumping whatever I had into it. 104 Spadef, I forget what it was. Shoot, what was it? I feel like it may have been tanking something from Dragapult. I'm not sure, but this is bulkier than what I'd usually run, and it's running a little less special attack because I'm going to be boosting it with Calm Mind. But this is designed to just like take hits and just dish out equally as deadly hits. I may change this set between now and the game. The game's going to be happening in like a couple hours, or I see a ping on Discord. It may be happening right now. I don't fucking know. But that's the idea with Tapu Lele. So that's the team for week 1 of the XPDLA. I don't know if I've gotten over my yawn, so I may still be yawning in the battle. I don't know. It's going to be happening in like a couple hours. So hopefully it goes well. I'm pretty terrified to play Josh, but I think I got a good team. I wish I had a bit more counterplay for that Landorus, especially if it's like a funky gravity set. Maybe worth scouting around, but I may be forced to just suck it up and run triple axle on Glade. So that way Landorus isn't really that much of an issue. And another thing that I'm kind of debating on running is a not Calm Mind set, Iron Defense over Calm Mind over Wayway, or on Wayway. But I think Calm Mind utility is going to be good for allowing the Espeon to not do as much to me. I may put Psyshock over Psychic, but Psychic is there for the Galarian Weezing. There's a lot of things that I'm debating changing, and I'll update you possibly if I do change anything. But I guess with that being said, I will see you all in the battle. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in the battle. Alright, let's see what he brings, I guess. So, right off the bat, whoa, 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 no Espeon? Yo? This is interesting. Okay. Uh no Espeon. Let's move that down there. No Espeon. No Mega Blastoise either. Okay. So no Mega Blast. He does decide to bring the Galar Weezing, so that's okay. This ain't really gonna be perfect, but alright, Galar Weezing, and he brings the Hitmontop. Okay, okay, okay. Very interesting team by him. I didn't think he'd bring Hitmontop. Okay. So, looking at his team, Weezing probably is going to be very, very specially offensive. Same thing with the Hitmontop. He may have felt that this was his best answer for Chi-Yu. I think he went all in on Chi-Yu defense. And this is going to let Tapu Lele and Mega Gallade just really, really go in. So that's going to be pretty damn good for my team. Right off the bat, his immediate lead that I think is going to happen is going to be the Meowscarada. I think I'm going to lead with my Noivern just to get off a nice U-turn. So we know he is heavy duty boots, so alright. Yeah, my point is always to U-turn. If he stays in, that might be bad. Actually, Hurricane seems pretty nice, but I could always just... No, I'm gonna Hurricane. Okay, he dodges it with the Rotom Heat. Okay, that is perfectly fine. We will bounce back. We always bounce back. Gonna U-turn. Get the crit. Didn't really matter because it was doing like -2 anyways. Gonna go into Blissey. He Volt switches out. Probably gonna go into the Hitmontop. I just realized I'm skipping turns. God, I'm trying not to skip turns. I really need to try not to skip turns so y'all know what's going on. It's just a force of habit for me. But, okay. So he decides to Volt Switch. He may decide to go back into Meowscarada. Or he goes into Hitmontop. If he goes into Hitmontop, that allows me to get in Mega Gallade for free. So, I'm not entirely sure he wants that. So, yeah. Because the other, it's like, if he goes Hitmontop, Mega Gallade's just free. And Tapu Lele is free as well. So, yeah, he's in a bit of a predicament already. He could decide to go into Registeel, which would be a pretty nice move on his part, but I just... Okay, he goes into Dragapult, which makes me believe that this thing's physically oriented. So, Boise doesn't really hold a lot of importance since he has no Espeon. Obviously, dealing with the Weezing is going to be pretty clutch for Boise, but, like, I don't have Seismic Toss. And no S-Toss is unfortunately really going to hurt me. But him going out into this thing makes me believe this is physically oriented. So, if it's physically oriented, it's probably going to have Dragon Darts. And let me count Dragon Darts versus my Boise. So Boise, OU defensive. Don't need that. Bull versus Dragapult, OU Choice Band. Dragon Darts is going to do a lot. I could... Soft Boiled honestly seems like a fun play here. And he U-turns. Okay, I could have teleported. How much did U-turn do? Okay, so this ain't Choice Band. Alright, he still very much could be physical. Just what is he going to go into is the question. I think Registeel. So they're going to be Reggie or Meow. Because I don't think he could risk Hitmontop. And I really need to just refrain from hitting that tempting button of skip turn. I need to stop clicking it. Okay, he goes into the Registeel. So Right here, right here, right here, right here, I think I will... How much... Actually, I don't trust the roll versus me. So, he's either going to heavy slam, or he's just going to body press. So, either that or he may just decide to click the setup move. So, going for Reggie Steele, body press with max HP, max defense, just say impish for right now. So, that'll do 54 to 63. It'll still allow me to comfortably tank whatever. And he quits rocks. Okay. So I can't get Chi Yu in for free, but I do get this thing in for free. Also, I realize he brings the Meowscarada over Wando T. I am so sorry to those of you that were bugged by that. I did not expect him to not bring Wando T either. That is really, really interesting. I assumed I had Meowscarada on there, but I didn't. Okay, it's fixed now, guys. Sorry about that. Alright, so right here, he may try to go into Galar Wheezing. So I'm possibly thinking getting up like a Swords Dance or something. Obviously, you're not staying in. You can't stay in. Goes into this thing. Okay. So Zen Headbutt did that much. Let's gauge this damage. Mega Glade, Crom. Okay. Versus Rotom Heat. Especially defensive. This has a physical defense. This has a good bit of phys def. It may be max. Maybe max. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's gotta be max. It's gotta be max defense. So if it's max defense, it's at 57. Close combat will not kill. If I sword stance there, close combat would have killed. I need to get Defog Noivern off at some point. You're gonna Volt Switch here, but there's not much I could do about it. Oh, he discharges. What? Okay. This is a good opportunity to get up my own rocks. Try and force him into, like... Actually, are rocks even that good here? I want to quick teleport and try to get in my Noivern. Oh, I think I know why I went Dragapult earlier. He may have been trying to catch a S-Toss or something. Let me look. Yeah, I think he was trying to catch a Seismic Toss, but I don't have it. Regrettably. I have Shadow Ball for the Dragapult and for the Espeon, but Espeon didn't even show up. So, I'm gonna teleport and hope for the best. This is going to be a very interesting positioning game. Obviously, I need to defog soon so that way Chi Yu can come in and just start quicking moves, but Chi Yu is not going to be as effective in this specific matchup. It's going to be mainly carried by Mega Glade and Tapu Lele. Meowscarada is going to be a bit of a pain to deal with, but I have Noivern for it if push comes to shove. But I need to keep rocks off my side of the field. I need to keep rocks off my side, and I need to threaten that Registeel. He was a bit timid to go into Dragapult there on the Mega Glade, which I feel like his set, the way he brought it in against Boise makes me think it's physical. He goes for Pain Split, okay. He got me there, but I feel like I could just go into Noivern. I feel like Noivern's a solid option here. I could defog. I'd be taking an unnecessary hit though, and Boise can just soft boil back up. I'll U-turn out, go back into Bliss. He volt switches. Okay, that's a good play on his end. I thought he was just going to discharge. But volt switches, probably going to go into Hitmontop or Dragapult now. Try and scare me out thinking he's physical. But Dragapult right now looks really, really good. Let me tell you, it looks real good. I can fuck around and find out what the Registeel's gonna do. But it's imperative that I get rocks off the field soon. Okay. Okay, take it slow. This game will not break itself open magically. I gotta take it slow, take it easy, and we'll be fine. So, this Rotom is physically defensive. Meowscarada, heavy-duty boots. Probably gonna be spike stacking, if I had to guess. I mean, going Meowscarada right now doesn't even seem like a bad idea since I'm chipped. He may try to do that and just try and hazard stack me. So if he goes Meowscarada, I think he goes Spikes. I need to keep Blissey around though, but going hard Noivern doesn't even seem like that bad of an idea. And I can get a free defog off on this. As they go Rotom Heat, I can U-turn, go back into Blissey, and the process may repeat, I'm not sure. But both battlers taking their time. Oh, he goes into Hitmontop. Okay. Alright, so very important here that I do not go Noivern. The obvious play is they CC, but I don't want to go Noivern immediately. Low-key, I do feel like Mega Gallade can just rip through this team. I could, if I get a Sword Dance up, I'm killing something. But, okay. So, very important here that I do not go Noivern, because he could be triple axle. So, I want to go into Mega Gallade. I think Mega Gallade's my best play, to be honest. I anticipate a close combat, but it also lets me not take as much from triple axle. Though, granted, I'd be taking a lot of damage if he does decide to quit triple axle. Let me calc. I'm doing a lot of calcs this game because I just want to slow down and think about it. Triple axle, if he's Adamant Technician, Adamant Max Attack Technician is doing 77 to Mega Gallade. Jesus Christ. Okay, that may not be the play. Do I have counterplay for Dragapult? I think I do. So, how much is a Fizz-Def Rotom Wash taking? Rotom Wash is going to be taking... It takes 50 from an Adamant Max Attack Close Combat, and I can gauge damage from there. This is where rocks are coming in super clutch for him. But I can also catch a triple axle. He just decides to attack what's in front of him, but he is not Adamant Max Attack, which is absolutely massive. Okay, so I want to Pain Split because I can freely Volt Switch out on whatever he goes into. So, but he is not Adamant Max Attack. He's probably going to be a defensive set. That did 34, so I think he is specially defensive for the Chi-Yu. He's got to have Mach Punch. Specially defensive for the Chi-Yu. Probably going to have Mach Punch on this. Have enough attack to Oko Chi-Yu with Mach Punch. That's what I think this set is. I want to quick Pain Split just to get a bit of health back. Since this team is pretty high HP right now, he probably does go into Meow. Either that or I'll just stay in his CC again. But he needs this for the Chi-Yu. I think. He brought a lot of stuff that resist the fire dart combination. There's the meow. Okay. So that's a bit good. That's some good damage. So yeah, he may just try to knock here, which is okay. Not the worst thing in the world if he knocks. But obviously I want to avoid the flower trick, but yeah. Rotom Wash is still going to be solid as a pivot here. Same with Noivern, but I think I just go Noivern. Okay, he's dark, so... Uh... That's max attack. That is max attack, I think. Jolly. That's gotta be Jolly max attack. Where's it adamant? That was a high roll. Oh my lord, that was a high roll. Like I got a high roll on that. How much is Poirot gonna do? Poirot will... It will do enough. I want a quick roost. I'm defogging. I can't allow this thing. I can't keep switching in. He's gonna Volt Switch here. I'm just gonna defog. Wait, if he's Queer Body Dragapult, does it... I think that map block defog. Okay. So he Volts. I probably would have just hard swapped. But he knows I can't touch this Rotom Heat now. I keep quicking skip turn. But, okay. Not the worst thing in the world. So, yeah. Let's see what he goes into. I'd imagine it's going to be the Dragapult. But Protein Meowscarada. That's interesting. Kind of flirting with disaster here, but since Chi-Yu can't really break the game open, I'm going to be relying a lot on Tapu Lele Mega Glade. But if I know if I can just get one free turn with it, I think getting Tapu Lele in at the right time is going to be powerful. I'm gonna have to make a hard play here. So, with all the plays I've been doing, I feel like U-turn's the most obvious thing. Rotom Wash, looking at their team, and looking at what I have, like, I'm never going to be able to threaten Registeel defensively. I can only threaten Registeel offensively. Galarian Weezing gets threatened out by Tapu Lele, and Noivern can hit it hard with Hurricane. I still need Noivern for defog support for the Registeel. I think he U-turns. Like, I don't think he Dracos. But I think Rotom Wash can live a Draco Meteor. Or a Dragon Darts if he's choice banned. There's the U-turn. I knew that was coming. I should have stayed in. But, yeah. We are taking our sweet time with this game, but... this is how it goes. So... Meowscarada's gonna come in now. It's his best play. Probably... I don't let the, Noivern go down. I just can't let it go down. So... There's the Meow. Alright. Knockoff is once again very, very free here. But I don't know why. I just get this visceral feeling that he's going to quick Flower Trick at some point. I just don't know when. I obviously need to keep Blissey around. But yeah, I feel like he may just flower trick or something. Some points, something's gotta give, and using this opportunity to get Chi-Yu in to try and break. I shouldn't have brought Scarf Chi-Yu here. Actually, no, Scarf Chi-Yu is still good here. I can outspeed the Dragapult and I can outspeed this. Dragapult may be Choice Scarf to be honest, but yeah. I think I just go Noivern, to be honest. He's taking a lot of time thinking about this move, which makes me think he may quick play rough. Okay, this is a tough decision. He may try to go for the all-around good move of knockoff, try and knock off my leftovers. Ah, damn it. He read me. Okay. He went for the flower trick. Okay. That's a brutal 50-50. I should not. I can't lose. I literally cannot lose that 50-50. But I do get Chi-Yu in here. So Chi-Yu is looking kind of clean right now. So I'm just gonna quick flamethrower, just gauge what he wants to do. My defense is breaking down though, so it's imperative that I get this read right. I am I'm not doing hot on this one. That's AV. Okay, that's AV. Alright, alright, alright. That is AV Hitmontop. Okay. So I think the play here, I just gotta go. I gotta play aggressively now. I'm on the back foot. I gotta play aggressively. So I think I just gotta go Tapu Lele and start setting up a Calm Mind. Or just go Tapu Lele and quick Moonblast, but he's probably just going to go Registeel immediately. So I think I just set up a Calm Mind. I know I did change my set on Tapu Lele. I changed Mega Glade as well from the team builder. Mega Glade now has a triple axle over knockoff, which kind of hurt me in this game. But yeah, Tapu Lele has Calm Mind still. I changed the EVs around to be max special attack, so that way I'm just hitting everything hard. But this thing can't keep coming in on this, so this may set up like a Chi-Yu in-game. If I can get the Registeel, or if I can get the Wheezing or the Rotom Heat in, Boise can go to town, I think. Alright, so quits close combat, just decides to attack what's in front of it. It'd be hard to imagine him going into something that's not the Registeel, so I'm just gonna quit Calm Mind. Alright. So Calm Mind, I want to Terra Fighting, I want to Focus Miss, and it missed. Excellent. Okay, so Focus Miss, come out again. Lives on 9. Alright, he quits Heavy Slam, which almost KOs me. But having this thing go down is absolutely massive. So that's good. Okay. So that's down. Goes back into Meow. Alright, so with Registeel down, Hitmontop, it probably won't appreciate coming in on any more hits. I'm setting this up to where my Meowscarada can just come in. I don't know if I preserve this thing. Weezing's pretty weak on the special side, and yeah, I don't think I preserve this thing. Me missing the Focus Blast there was pretty big. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty big that I missed the Focus Blast. So, yeah. Hitmontop still gets threatened out by this. I feel like I may have needed Shadow Sneak to deal with this effectively. Dragapult's probably going to end up being special since his team is pretty physical. So, yeah. I'm just trying to justify to myself why I should let this thing go down. But I think it's necessary. So, that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I want to go back into Noivern just to see if I can try and bait in the Rotom. So, I'm going to I'm just going to quick Roost, because even if he play roughs, I'll live it, because I'm very, very physically defensive. But he may not even have it. I think he has U-turn. Nope, he has play rough. Okay. So, play rough, Flower Trick, knockoff, play rough. I don't think I trust myself, but I think I gotta risk it. Okay. Goes into this thing. I'll Roost up, just so that way I have a bit more health. She's probably gonna go into Dragapult and quick Draco. I just can't see him bringing in Wheezing. Either that or he could go Hitmontop. But no, he goes Dragapult. This is probably the easiest Blissey play of my life. Quakes a Dragon Dart, so he is physical. And I just threw away my Blissey. So, that's something. Noivern is going to have to... Mega Glade's going to have to pull some heroics here. But if I always live that... Man, I always live that. Shouldn't have gotten timid. Oh well. So, let's see what we do here. Hitmontop still allows in Mega Glade. And Mega Glade does do pretty good here. Since he's physical, he doesn't really have that good of a physical ghost move unless if he's mixed, which he might be. But Mega Glade is bulky enough to take on a hit. And I could probably, like, scare him with Shadow Sneak. But Meowscarada's going to be a pain to deal with. But I think here, alright. I'm going to go into my Scarfmon and hope he's not Scarfed. Dark Pulse should Oko. If I can get rid of the Dragapult here, that's huge. But this is not looking good for me. I think I may have already lost this game. This team feels very, very clunky to me. And I'm not sure how to work it. But, yeah, I'm not sure how to work this team. Josh may just be the better player now. I used to beat him, but yeah, I'm kind of washed right now. Appears my laptop's kind of washed too, because it's running out of battery. Alright, yeah. Hopefully my RPA match later today will go well. But, yeah, I should have just... Actually, what could have I couldn't have done anything there. I think Blissey was my only play. Goes in the Meow. And I reveal that I'm Scarf, but I get rid of the Meowscarada. He has to go Hitmontop here. It's not over yet. Definitely not over yet. Goes into the Wheezing. Wait, Wheezing? Okay, so he negates Beads of Ruin. So that is something to note. So he negates Beads of Ruin. I need to start calcing Mega Glade versus the rest of his team, because I think a Mega Glade in-game is my only hope. So Dragapult's set, if it's like Choice Band, if it's Phantom Force, we may be screwed. Dragon Darts, he's not adamant. I've already established that. He has to be timid or jolly. He's got to be jolly. Jolly Choice Band has a chance to Oko me, but let me count this versus Boise set. He can't be choice banned. He isn't choice banned. He's heavy duty boots, probably. Yeah, that seems about right. So, if he's heavy duty boots, I don't think he kills Mega Glade. He shouldn't kill me with that. So, I think the Mega Glade in-game is looking really, really nice here. I gotta count how much Chi Yu does. So Chi Yu, Muriel versus your average Wheezing Galler. Defensive, I'm probably just gonna go into Tiki. Actually, I don't lose a lot since I know he's probably gonna OHKO me anyway with Hitmontop. I don't think I'll lose much by just clicking Dark Pulse. He may try to do an aggressive switch and go Dragapult, thinking I'm going to double into Noivern, or just switch into Noivern. Terra Fairy. Okay, this is very specially defensive. Okay. So very, very specially defensive. He decides to Terra Fairy. Okay, that's interesting. So, yeah, there is... This has to be max HP, max SPDF, right? Wait, no. That did 29%, so... He's probably mixed defense. He probably has enough to take on a hit from Mega Glade, to be perfectly honest. So, Chi Yu is still probably going to be important, but I know that I take one more hit. If I know that I can take one more hit, and that Mega Glade is going to be my main endgame, do I need this? Because, like, I could just, like, I could go Mega Glade, but I need this thing to be chipped. He probably has enough defense. Let's see. Mega Glade versus this, so... Oh, damn. That does... let's see. Let's see with Terra Fairy enabled. So, Terra Fairy... And if I'm at +2, I need this thing to be at 60. So that did 29. I can get this thing down to 59 or like 50. So that may be the play, and I just like probably, I don't know. I may have to sack this thing to get the end game I want. Either that or just hope Noivern can live a hit. I think I gotta go Noivern. Ah, fuck, I choked. But, wait, actually, he doesn't have a Psychic switch in, so... Psychic may be the play now. If I can just get enough damage on Dragapult... I should have just let this thing go down. I misplayed this end game. Because Mega Glade... Man, if I had Shadow Sneak, Mega Glade could win this right now. Okay, goes out into Oven Mitts, the Rotom Heat. Just trying to see what I'll lock myself into, probably. I'll take the kill just for the differential. He's got to go Hitmontop now. He has to. But I don't think I can beat the combination of Pult into Wheezing with what I have right now. I just don't think it's possible. I just... Yeah, I just don't think it's possible. Like, obviously, it's not over yet, and crazy stuff can happen, but realistically, I don't think I beat the combination of Wheezing Dragapult with my planned in-game of Mega Glade. He has to go Hitmontop. He goes Dragapult, okay. I'll get the damage off on this thing, but alright. So I got a Zen. Goes for the Will-O-Wisp. Okay. That's not the worst thing in the world, but I still think it's over. Yeah, GG. Yeah, Will-O-Wisp Pole is a good brain, so he's probably U-turn D-Darts, Will-O-Wisp Hex. Alright. Yeah, man, not much I can do there. Let's fix this layout. So Rotom Heat, fainted that, Dragapult, well, all my team died. Yeah, if you thought I was just good at Pokemon, oh no, I am not good at Pokemon. I am awful at this game, y'all. Um, oh well. GG's, Josh. Not much I could do there. He got a couple good 50-50 reads, but even then, I don't think my prep was fully there. But I'm still stunned no Espeon, because that thing just ripped through me. But him going the defensive route for the Chi-Yu was pretty good. I don't regret bringing Choice Scarf Chi-Yu, but oh well. I'm gonna go 0-8 in this week anyways. 0-8, 0-9. I forget how many weeks are in this week, but um I'm not confident. I'm not confident at all. Tapu Lele didn't do much. Like, my offense is just very, very threatening, but I can't really do much. Like, my defense, like, my teams are only as good as the defensive core. And if the defensive core isn't great or it's not allowed to get things in, the whole operation just falls apart. And you could see that is the case here. The whole operation fell apart as soon as I let Boise and Rotom Wash go down. Losing the 50-50 read on the Meowscarada with the Rotom Wash, thinking he was going to knock off, was kind of bad on my end. And it's also kind of my bad just not having any counterplay for the Meowscarada in the first place. I knew I should have went Wheezing over Noivern and had Defog Rotom Wash instead, but people that are helping me prep just said, yeah, go Defog Noivern. I I should have went with my gut there. I knew Wheezing was going to be pretty clutch here, and I just didn't listen to my gut. Like, that's been the case with a lot of these games. I just need to listen to my gut, and I can at least do a little better. But I put up a fight with the very limited Meowscarada switch-ins. Uh, Next week is well, playing Dell, coach of the Edmonton Coilers. So y'all may know him from his battles in the BBR draft league. He's playing with PokeMD and Envy and all of them. So it's not looking good for you, boy. I'm probably going 0-2. This is probably going to be my worst draft league performance ever. But I gotta I gotta keep going on. I'm stuck with this team, and that's just the most infuriating part. I'm just stuck with it. I'm stuck with something that I don't know how to work, but hopefully over the course of the season, I'll know how to work it a little better. This was a good trial run because I know that my offense forces so much prep. I just need to get my defense in at the right time. Having Tapu Lele in the end game here would have been nice, but I don't think there was much I could do. I probably could have sacked Noivern for to the Meowscarada, since I was just trying to commit to offense anyways. And me not reading Dragapult was going to be or like the mixed Will-O-Wisp set was a bad play on my part. Gallade should have had Shadow Sneak. That was on my end. I didn't prep well enough, and that's where it went. Josh made the right reads, and yeah, I'm gonna quit my rambling. I've been recording for fucking 40 minutes right now. This is going to be over an hour-long extravaganza, so I'm gonna catch y'all whenever I have to play Dell in the Edmonton Coilers in week 2, or if you're into the other week, I'll catch y'all when I play my RPA game here in like 2 minutes. So, peace out.